Also, any tips on getting over the anxiety to start TRT? I am afraid it will spike my health anxiety.
25 milligrams of triactin works like a charm.
TRT and Hormone Optimization Channel. I was on the channel before, so I've been following the channel, watching it every now and then, so be sure to check them out.
Consider subscribing, hit that notification bell, and you'll be on your way.
And if you don't know where to get triactin, triactin like an adult.
Oh man, I was waiting for that. Yeah. No, I mean, you can't think like that. You're not going to feel better starting TRT. Like this is what we talked about earlier, right? You're going to induce all these bad side effects just from expecting to have them. If you think you're going to have anxiety on TRT, guess what? You're going to have anxiety on TRT. You've got to change your mindset before you ever start this. It's one of the hardest things to do. And I've got a few patients that are like this, and it's very difficult to get them to just trust the process. Right. It's no different from people that I'm sure Gil deals with dieting, right? And they want to tinker. They don't think it's going to work. They don't trust the process and just do it. Right.
I hate to sound harsh. I don't take on those people. Yeah. For nutrition. Yeah. If they're going to be combative, non-compliant, inquisitive is okay if you want to learn. Inquisitive so that you can build up ammo to tell me why I'm wrong, then why are you paying me to advise you? Yeah. I don't have the time to babysit or fight with people. So if they don't want to do what has been proven thousands of times, then please don't even start, because you'll get frustrated and quit. I'll get frustrated for the waste of time, and someone else who could have used the help didn't get the opportunity because you took his spot. So look, at the end of the day, I understand that when you're starting out, you're probably at a low level of testosterone. You're probably already suffering anxiety. And I understand that the thought of all this stuff you're reading, jokes aside with the whole triactin joke, is, realistically, I get it. People do have anxiety when they start, especially when it comes to self-injections. Mm-hmm. You need to take a deep breath, and you need to understand that what you're doing is something that, for starters, you didn't ask to be in this position. You are here, and you have two options: turn left or turn right. Turn right means you continue the current path. You're obviously asking these questions because the current path is not something that you want to continue on, or you wouldn't have even brought up the question. If you turn left, you have an opportunity. That opportunity likely will turn out to be better if done correctly, because there's a ton of case studies that came before you to prove it. And if it is worse, you always have the option of making a U-turn and getting back to the intersection and continuing on the old path. Yeah. So relax with the anxiety a little bit and understand that if you trust the process with the right guidance, chances are greatly in your favor. Okay, so if you stop and think and put in perspective and get the hell off Google, your anxiety levels are going to be reduced.
That's the key. I totally agree. Yeah. Don't go into it expecting badness. Don't get on the internet first and start reading. I mean, it's fine to educate yourself, but don't overanalyze it. I mean, when I got on testosterone, I mean, I felt better almost immediately because I knew I was doing something positive for myself, right? And I mean, just even going through that, I never once, not once, worried about bad side effects. Not once. Never crossed my mind. And the guys I know that do worry about it, it stays with them, and they end up tinkering for a long time and it's the same with the AI stuff. It's the same mentality, right? They think they're going to have high E2 sides, and so then they do, even though they're not real. And until you convince that person to change their entire paradigm on the AI use, they're never going to feel better. And magically, when they change their mind and get off it, they feel better, right? Well, what were they having earlier? Were they having high E2 side effects? No, obviously not. I put a video, you can search for it on our group, about the nocebo effect. And it's a great video, and everybody needs to watch it. This applies to everything in life, not just hormones, right? I mean, I had this talk with cancer patients when I have to tell them they have prostate cancer. And, it's a fork in the road moment, right? You have to, people, and especially if it's a curable thing, treatable, you either address it, right? Or you go down this downward spiral of depression. I mean, and what good is that going to do your health? So the people that do best are the ones who think, I'm going to tackle this and I'm going to be better for it, And does it always work? No, obviously not. But they're still better off having that attitude than they are just going into this cycle of depression, and that's just going to hurt their health overall. So it's the same thing with this.
Yeah, I did some work a couple of years back with a biochemist named Trevor Cashy, and he did his PhD dissertation on the placebo effect of medications. And I watched like a 3-hour presentation that he did once on it. And it was amazing how powerful placebo really is.
Yep.
really, really, really powerful. In some cases, it actually surpassed the effects of the actual medications.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's a problem, right, for the pharmaceutical industry and for all that we do. And we think that we're fixing things with medicines. No, you're not fixing it. It's not science. Science, it would work all the time, every time. You'd have a cause and effect. This is not. You've got probabilities and statistics and placebo and everything else mixed in. And half the time, like I say, you're just suppressing symptoms. You're not doing anything good, honestly. So.
Alright guys, well, do this next. Click on one of these thumbnails to learn a ton more about TRT and hormone optimization. Thanks.